We're going to begin by graphing polar points or polar coordinates. So unlike Algebra 1 where we have x, y, okay, so Algebra 1 we have x, y, where this tells us to move left and right, this tells us to move up and down. I can still pinpoint a location, a dot, using polar points by looking at two things. Number one, the angle, or think of it as the direction that you're looking at or staring at. And then number two, once I stare at a specific direction or angle, then I walk a certain distance or length. Okay. So what I mean by that is when you see a polar graph, it's going to look like a bunch of concentric circles. Okay, so a bunch of circles kind of wrapped inside of each other. What they're going to tell me are two pieces of information: R, which is how far to walk, and then my angle, which is where to look. So I actually begin with my angle, 60 degrees. That means from here I turn and I'm staring at 60 degrees. So I'm staring in this direction. Okay, so this is where I'm looking. Okay, they want me to take 3 steps from the center in this direction. So I'm going to take 1, 2, 3 steps, and that's my answer. Okay, same thing for this. First of all, let's just turn this into degrees. I think you guys are a little bit more comfortable. So that's just negative 45 degrees, which means I'm going to be staring at negative 45 means look down and clockwise. I'm going to be staring at this direction. And they want me to take 5 steps in this direction. So if I do that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my final answer should be this dot, 5 circles away from the origin. Okay, let's take a look at these other two examples. Okay, so if I take a look at this one here, so negative 90 degrees means, once again, I spin and I look straight down. So I'm looking at negative 90 degrees. Okay. Negative 2 means instead of walking forwards this direction, again, I'm staring down. I'm going to walk backwards 2 because that's what negative means. I walk backwards. If I was looking this way and I walked backwards, I would land right there. And there is my coordinate. And finally, once again, I'm just going to convert this to something you guys are a little bit more comfortable with. So that's 330 degrees. So if I spun, and I was looking at, here's 330 degrees. It's all the way over here. So I'm looking in this direction. Negative 7 means if I'm looking here, I'm going to take 7 steps backwards. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dots away. So that's how we graph polar points.